She was married to her husband 0.67 seconds before he disappeared. She was 24, he was 39, and she thought he had some money. But when she realized he didn't, they separated. His name was John Pick with a D. I don't want to say the word because I don't want to get violated. But after a few months, he went MIA. Until one day in 1946, these 5 children were just playing in the woods, when suddenly these poor babies stumbled upon something gruesome AF, a torso. The midsection had 2 pew-pew wounds and was identified because there was a birthmark on the back, and also one of the sacks was undescended. May I just add, these 2 photos are supposed to be the same person. I don't see it, but what do I know? His brother-in-law was able to identify the body parts, which is okay. We're talking about Evelyn McLean D., who was born on October 13th, 1920 in Beamsville, Ontario. She was a Libra. Her father, Donald, was not the greatest person. He drank a lot. He was violent. He was taking money from his job, and the McLeans lived above their means. With the money that wasn't theirs, they sent Evelyn to private schools, and her mother, Alexandra, encouraged Evelyn to use her face. Alexandra encouraged her daughter to use men to get furs, jewelry, lots of luxury gifts. So she began seeing a bunch of wealthy men in her hood, Hamilton, Ontario. These were prominent figures. Most of them were married, but she was their sugar baby. Soon, Evelyn learned she was about to have a baby, and she did not have a husband. Back then, this was very taboo. So she invented a guy named Norman White. She gave birth to a daughter and named her Heather Maria White. Sometime later, she gave birth to another daughter who was sadly stillborn. After that, she gave birth to a son she named Peter David White, and then she told her mother she gave him up for adoption. Evelyn was 24. She had a daughter out of wedlock, but remember, she made up a husband who she said served in the military. She started telling people she was a widow. She met John D. He was 15 years older than her, a Russian immigrant. He was a streetcar driver, and for some reason, she thought he could afford her, and they got married. As soon as she realized her husband was broke, she was out, and she started having an affair with this guy, Bill Bohozik. But still, Dee wanted to make things work out with his young wife, but she was just doing her thing in the streets. John went to Evelyn's father and asked him for help to save the marriage. Now, mind you, her parents didn't approve of the marriage in the first place because he was broke. Donald told his son-in-law, John, I'm not helping you. And John was like, oh yeah? Bet. I'm going to snitch and tell everybody you're skimming at your job. Evelyn's dad was heated and he threatened John. So John went to the cops. And then John was missing until the kids find him in the woods. It's getting juicy, I know, but it's long. So a part 2 is coming right up.